It took me longer to get home from work than to make these. I'll show you how I grab a few items from the supermarket in 10 minutes and then make 3 proper dinners in 15. Because when you commute, you tend to grab something quick, maybe a pizza that you can quickly shove in the oven, or take out, or ready meal, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do. But most nights you want dinner to feel like dinner. I've worked in food manufacturing for over 20 years, so I know what to look for when I'm grabbing things quickly in a supermarket to help with plant variety to support your gut health. Actually, I never put an apron on. Let me show you what I picked up. I'm thinking about making a Chipotle salmon grain ball, and I'm using one of those microwave grain pouches because they're genuinely useful. But I always add extra beans because the packs never quite have enough to make it feel like a proper meal. There are so many grain pouches now, some plain and some already flavored, around different cuisines. I tend to mix and match, but I usually look for whole grains like brown rice or quinoa. The salmon gets patted dry, rubbed with chipotle paste, and left to get a little flavor while I'm making a really quick tomato, cucumber, and red onion salsa. Nothing else but a pinch of salt, lime zest, and juice. Then I'm simply warming up black beans with a little olive oil and chipotle paste. No chopping, mincing, anything. I need this to be quick. The salmon goes into the air fryer for 10 minutes, and this is enough time to microwave the grains and get an avocado dressing going. For the dressing, just blitz avocado with garlic, lime and olive oil. I add a little sour cream, but you can leave it out if you want. Then it's a case of piling everything into a bowl. You've got a smoky chipotle salmon, creamy beans, fresh salsa, and that avocado dressing pulling everything together. This is when I remember I didn't buy any parsley, but luckily I have some in the garden, and I can scatter some on top. The grains and the beans add a bit more fiber and plant variety as well. This is the kind of dinner that I don't mind eating at least once a week, and it's exquisite. Second dinner is this miso peanut butter udon noodles that I make all the time. Inspired by a Marian Grasby recipe, but I like adding a few more plants to it with mushrooms and pak choi plus fresh ginger for another layer of flavor and warmth. This one's more of a pantry situation. I always buy the big flat mushrooms because they're quick to chop and actually bulk up the broth nicely. I peel the ginger and chop it into chunky pieces so it infuses the broth while it cooks. Then just fish it out before serving. I also add the white parts of the pak choi earlier so they soften properly. Then stir the green leaves through right at the end so they keep lovely and vibrantly green. And yes, that's Nala. Crunching on a bit of pak choi core, I guess her good gut bugs are enjoying the extra plant variety too. A spoonful of miso paste, peanut butter and stock, that's your broth done. Then add the ginger and mushrooms and let everything cook for about 5 minutes so the mushrooms soften and soak up all that flavor. I also like to add a teaspoon of mushroom powder here, which deepens the broth even more and gives it another layer of umami. Then the udon goes in and I loosen the noodles carefully with chopsticks. Break an egg per person in the broth, the eggs poach gently while everything finishes cooking. Finish with black sesame seeds, plenty of spring onions and a spoonful of chili crisp over the top for a bit more heat and even more savory flavor. For the third dinner, I wanted something a bit greener and lighter, so I picked up asparagus, frozen peas, ricotta, and wholemeal fusilli. It's one of those pastas that still feel fresh and spring-like, but the ricotta and wholemeal pasta give it enough substance for a proper weeknight dinner. I have lemon in the fridge and mint in the garden, so let's get cooking. Start by grating an unreasonable amount of grana padano cheese. Then wholemeal fusilli goes on first. While I griddle the asparagus, grate lemon and minced garlic for my sauce. Frozen peas go straight into the same pot for the last few minutes. Must remember to keep back some of that pasta water. Then it's ricotta, a splash of pasta water, and suddenly it turns into this really creamy sauce without much effort at all. Toast the pasta with the sauce, add the grana padano cheese, or you can add parmesan, a good squeeze of lemon, and cracked black pepper. I had some artichokes in the fridge, which bring another layer of texture and a slight tanginess. Plus, they're another easy way to add a bit more plant variety from a jar. Finish with toasted pine nuts and chopped mint. By the way, all 3 recipes are below in a free PDF if you want them. This is so good. All done in about 15 minutes.